So we're taking today the next step, next day, I guess, in the series in Monday, Money Matters, to talk specifically about the contracts or what we call residency agreements available to you at Westminster Village. Day one, we kind of did a run through on all of the senior living options available in the Wabash Valley and kind of helped you understand the differences, the different levels of care, fees and how they're charged. Today, we're digging in more specifically to just Westminster Village because Westminster being a life plan community, or what was formerly known as, and I guess in some of the industry across the country, still known as a CCRC or continuing care retirement community. It makes us a little unique and different than our competitors here in the Wabash Valley area. So we're going to dig into the things that make us unique, and that one of the big ones is residency agreement options and financial plan options. And so if you're doing your research, you definitely want this information. And we all, as always, encourage you to come in and speak with us in person because your needs, are unique and special, and we want to get into that. So first off, the big thing to know in understanding our residency agreements is that we're very happy and proud to say that our agreement that we signed our promise to you, really, not just the services and things that we're going to deliver, but one of the big pieces and elements of our life plan agreement is the promise that we make to care for you for the rest of your life. So even if you outlived your financial resources, through no fault of your own, if you have a life plan agreement signed with Westminster Village, you know that you'll always have a place to live, that we would never kick you out solely based on your inability to pay your expenses here. So that's the big promise that Westminster makes to you, in addition to delivering on all the services that we promise. The important thing to note is that there's no ownership involved in your residence here at Westminster. So it's not like you're signing a title to a residence as you're purchasing a home. And there's no residential responsibilities. We're still going to insure and maintain that property. You are simply paying a fee for service kind of a agreement. So as you're in independent living, you pay for those services. As you make a transition to assisted living, services increase, monthly fee increases. So that's the pattern and the basic setup for the way things are delivered here. And then you at Westminster Village have options, lots of choices, because we know everybody's situation is unique. Your financial situation is unique. Your plan for your money for the future is different. So we offer a leasing option for those who want to go that route. And then we also offer what I've been kind of talking about, which is the life plan option, or that lifetime guarantee option. Another resource that I will reference a couple of different times today, and then we're really going to dig into their services next week, is mylifesite.net. I'd write that down and be sure to explore their website. That is a great tool. It's created by some just general senior living, industry experts, neutral, parties who are sharing information that they've learned from doing their research and comparison. So mylifesite.net, great resource for you. So let's dig in to first the life plan residency agreements. And there are two different options under life plan, just to make things super confusing, I guess. Traditional plan, and we offer a return of capital plan. So with both of these, you have the key piece, which I talked about, the life promise with Westminster Village. So again, under traditional plan, life plan promise, as I mentioned, there's generally the entry fee is a little bit lower compared to the return of capital. It is reduced at 2% per month for 50 months. So we kind of explain it such that you pay in your entrance fee under the traditional plan. And after you've lived with Westminster Village for 4 years and 2 months, that's 50 months total, Then on your traditional plan entrance fee, there is not a return or a refund that would come back to you. However, you continue to pay your monthly fee as you did, and you have that lifetime promise or guarantee of care. There is also written into the agreement a discount on nursing level care if you ever need that 24-hour nursing care. You get priority access, being a life plan residency agreement holder with Westminster. And then the final bonus piece is a 100% satisfaction guarantee offer for your first 120 days. If for any reason you decide that it's not what you wanted, not the lifestyle you thought you were getting into, or something changes within your first 120 days, you can cancel and still get your entry fee back in full. Now, under the return of capital plan, and with Westminster Village, it is a 75% return of capital plan. There's still the life plan promise. The entry fee is going to be higher than traditional. As I mentioned, it's 75% of that entry fee you pay is returned to you if you decided to move to Florida or Minnesota, if you at some point, or if you pass away, remain and spend the rest of your life here with us at Westminster Village, you pass away, 75% is refunded to your estate or wherever you deem it go. Again, the same discount on the nursing care and the health center. Again, priority access, and again, the 100% satisfaction guarantee. So the big difference on the two of them is the amount of entry fee you pay in, and then what is returned to you. Those are the two differences in them, or the biggest difference in the two. And then we also offer a lease plan option. For some folks, they just feel like they don't need the safety net of the life plan, and they just want to pay a monthly service fee, and that is it. So with the leasing option, there's no upfront entrance fee that's paid. However, your monthly fee you'll find is going to be higher with a lease plan versus a life plan agreement. You pay a bit of a premium to do the leasing. There is not a refundable deposit, or I'm sorry, a refundable deposit is paid up front. So 1 month of service fee is paid. So not an entrance fee, but a refundable deposit is paid. The initial term that you sign with your lease agreement is for 1 year. But of course, if anything should happen and change of health condition or things that would make you not be able to hold to that year, we can transition you to another level of care. There is limited availability. We cannot offer the lease plan on every apartment in the building. So that limits the choices a bit, but we usually have good inventory available in leasable apartments. And the same services are included. So there's no difference in the services that are delivered to you, whether you choose the life plan agreement or the leasing agreement. It's all going to be the same there, which we'll run through. And then finally, however, there is not that safety net that I referenced. There's no guarantee of care should your finances be depleted. Okay. So what's included then in these monthly service, the fee that you're paying? What am I getting exactly for my dollars here at Westminster? Well, this is a snapshot of one of the pages that we include in our collateral. And just a nice kind of Cliff's Notes version of what's included. But we do like to share the actual residency agreement with you as well, so that you can read through the actual legal document that you would be signing. And all of these things are represented in that residency agreement. The dining plan is built into your monthly fee. That's kind of a dining allowance to utilize throughout the month. We do housekeeping biweekly. We do linen service. That means washing your sheets and towels. All of your utilities are included in your monthly fee here. That includes your cable service as well as internet service. So there are not a lot of additional bills that you have to pay, all lumped in together here at Westminster, simplifying your life. The Westminster Athletic Club, or the WAC on the second floor, offers classes, free membership there, and guidance from our fitness manager. All of our activities and social opportunities are included. Right now, there's a huge added benefit, as we heard last on Friday from Lauren, our community life director, on the symphony performances and ISU music performances and things that are happening here at Westminster Village. That's a tremendous value for your money. Then maintenance and repairs, we have team members here 24 hours a day who are available to fix things if needed in your apartment, hang pictures, help you put a piece of new furniture together, retrieve things from your storage cage, whatever it might be. And then in addition to maintenance staff, we also have security personnel here and emergency response system. So new in, I guess, toward the end of middle of 2021, we installed an entirely new emergency response system here in the building, and all of our independent living residents were issued a push button pendant to utilize should they have a health emergency or an unexpected fall or something anywhere on the campus. We'll be able to locate them if they push that button. Secure access to the building. Transportation is available as well, scheduled transportation to local shopping and grocery. All of these services then are included in the monthly fees here. So what do those fees look like? All right, so here, let's dig. This is a lot of information in one slide. And again, we strongly encourage you to come and sit down with us and have a personal appointment so that we can help you figure out which of these is the best financial fit for you, because we want you to be comfortable financially and we want it to be a good fit for you long-term. So we have some tools that we utilize to help you determine what that is exactly. But to give you the ballpark, as I say, range, under the traditional plan, our entrance fees start at about $74,000. Your monthly fees there then, which include all the things we just listed, start at about $2,200 a month. And those are for our apartments within our main building, our apartment homes, which range in size from studios to large 2 bedrooms. And then under your return of capital plan, the entrance fees start then at $104. Your monthly fees are exactly the same, same range. So you'll pay the same monthly, no matter whether you choose traditional or return of capital. Your studio, or the apartments included in that are our studios and large 2 bedrooms. And then a lot of people have questions about our villas. The villas fall under that 75% return of capital plan as well. That's the only option we offer there. The entry fee there starts at $288. But it's important for you to note that currently our villas are full with a waiting list. And so that's why we focus most of our sharing and information on our apartment homes, because we just don't have any villas to offer you at the moment. And then our lease fee, as I mentioned, you pay a higher monthly to do the leasing option. And so you can see there in 2022, our leases start at $29.44 a month. And again, all the same services and that we just listed are included. This is a tool. I mentioned we've got lots and lots of tools available to utilize. This is one that we would like to share with you. In fact, we will just email it to you after our presentation is over today, because this is a great place for you to start and really kind of taking inventory of what your expenses are currently. And that helps you to compare then to the cost of living at Westminster Village. So we encourage you to kind of sit down and fill out this worksheet. And maybe there are other things here that we've not covered, but we kind of feel like we've covered the whole gamut here in order to make a good comparison to the expenses at Westminster Village. So we'll get this little tool out to you. More tools and resources we have available. We have everybody complete what we call a confidential data application. And that is that piece that's going to help us to determine which apartment style and which financial plan is the best fit for you. Another tool that we use to help us figure that out and help you make a good decision is the My LifeSite Decision Genie tool. And that's going to be the focus really of next week's topic, where we will sit down and in this presentation, share with you real examples of maybe a Jane Doe, and this is what her financial picture looks like. And she chose a 1-bedroom, a return of capital at Westminster Village. And then how does her life and her care level and her expenses then play out over her life at Westminster. We'll also do an example of a couple moving into an apartment, maybe under a traditional plan, and needing the assisted living at different points in their lives, and needing the health center maybe at different points in their lives. And then how does that impact their finances over their lifespan here at Westminster Village? So it's a really great tool to be able to utilize. It gives you a good snapshot of what your portfolio looks like, so that and feel confident in your decision to make a move. And because we know that that's an often the top concern of individuals is my finances, and am I going to outlive my money, and I want to leave something to my children or grandchildren. These tools help us to bring comfort to you and show you how that can happen, or if that will happen. Another tool we like to use is our Calculate and Compare worksheet, which I just showed you on the screen. We'll get that emailed out to you. It's a good place to start. We also have a real estate expert that we rely on, because one of those assets that most of us hold is our home ownership, and the value of your home plays an important role in the residence that you might choose here at Westminster Village, and the finances that you have available to pay for your care. So because the market is always changing, we partner with a real estate agent who can help us determine what is today's value on your home. If you sold it today, what would that look like, so that we can have the proper numbers to plug in to the exercise. Another tool that we utilize is Caring Transitions. There are senior move managers that we recommend. So obviously, once you make your decision to move into Westminster Village, or sometimes even prior, you want to go through a downsizing and organization process, and that's what Caring Transitions is there for. I think probably the best tool out of all of these are the residents themselves. The residents, in marketing, we refer to them as the fan club, because they like to have their friends as neighbors here. So that's where the fan comes from, friends as neighbors. And they've lived it. They made the decision. They've made the commitment. They're here every day enjoying the life. And so they are happy to share their experience with you. And then finally, another resource, as you are maybe considering, more of that long-term look at Westminster, and what about the time when I need care? What does that look like? Well, Westminster Village is a partner of the Union Health ACO, or Accountable Care Organization. They kind of change that term all the time, but basically what that means is that we're a partner with them because we provide the level of care and hold ourselves to the same standard in care that Union Health does. And so they're willing to partner with Westminster Village and reach common goals for the outcome of their patients. So those are, again, some of the tools that we recommend and have available to us and want to share with you. But again, what are some of the reasons that you should consider making a move to a retirement community, and really kind of opening up this can and sitting down with us? Well, residents will say that these are some of the reasons. And maybe you were thinking of these as well, in the back of your mind. That you want to feel safe and secure, that you don't want to be a burden to your children. You don't plan on moving in with your children, so we need to come up with another plan. And when it comes to services and entertainment, you want to cook when you want to, and not because you have to. So many folks we talk to are ready to give up cooking and just be cared for at this point in their lives, and maybe spend more of their time enjoying life instead of worrying about home maintenance and trying to prepare for those costs. This is a video that I want to share with you.
You know, we started fairly early, maybe earlier than others, checking things out. We knew we wanted to move to a retirement community eventually, and we just started researching everything in the area. And the more we learned about Westminster, the better we liked it. And we finally concluded it really fit us.
I just love being able to go anywhere, anytime, and see a friendly face and just be able to socialize.
We're more active right now than we were living in a home out in the community, so it's probably increased our activity in life. And we still go to movies. We go to dances in Indianapolis. We go on trips. We can do anything we want. Plus, we have everything that's right here at Westminster. And the other thing that we checked out was all the other retirement communities in the area, and we found Westminster is the only one that offers a life plan. When you think about the whole thing, it takes a great burden off of your children, because if an older person gets sick, the children a lot of times have to worry about where are they going to put them, what are they going to do with them. Here, it's all built into the life plan. My children, Bev's children, can go on vacation as they always do. They don't have to worry about us.
As I progress in age, I may need those other elements of the life plan, and they don't have to be worried about where are we going to put mom. I'm here, I'm where I want to be. And it just takes a huge burden off them, and that means a lot to me. I admit, Jack is a whole lot more active here than I am. I like to sit with my dog in my sewing room and have all day at the sewing machine, and that's fun. I like to read. I like to just have my me time, but I do enjoy the activities here.
You know, so often you hear people say, I'm just not ready. In our case, we just knew, you know, it was time for us to consider a retirement community. So we started early to check things out, and we convinced ourselves, and we made our own plans, and we made our own decision. No one had to make it for us. And so we came here of our own accord, and we absolutely love it.
People would say, what are you thinking about that for? You're too young. You're too young to go into a retirement home. And I said, no, you don't understand. And I'm so glad we got to come in together and just be a part of everything. I would not want that it be that we come at the end of our lives when we hadn't had a chance and we missed out on all this fun.
So I think that, I mean, that I chose to share that testimonial video from Bev and Jack Newman because it covers really everything that that I had already in this presentation to share with you. And I love that that they see those things now and you know, made their decision and wanted to share, you know, their message with other people as well and share their process. And so hopefully you see a little bit of yourself in them and you know, are kind of motivated to take the next step, which is just to make your life plan as they did. Make the decision before somebody has to decide for you. I love this message here at the bottom because it is so true. And we love hearing it from residents after they move in. Most of them come to us and say, I wish I had done this sooner. You know, I'm happy, I'm settled in, I'm enjoying life here, and I truly wish that I had done it 5 years ago. So don't wait another 5 years. We encourage you to, again, make your life plan now. And Rebecca, if you'd like to, we can open up and allow other folks to ask their questions, and I can either leave this up or stop the screen share, whatever makes sense. Here's our contact numbers too. I guess I should leave this up on the screen in case you want to write down phone numbers to give us a call.
I went ahead and I promoted everybody to panelists, so they should be able to turn on your cameras or your microphone. That way you can ask questions or You're welcome to put it in the chat box, the chat or the Q&A. Yeah, questions are welcome.
We talked a lot about contracts and choices and maybe
Definitely a lot of information all at once. It can definitely get overwhelming.
Yeah.
Not always the funnest part of Westminster Village, but it is it is an important part.
Right. I think too, if you kind of see all the information and kind of think, well, how in the world do I even process that? How do I begin to decide what's the best route to go? I just encourage you really to sit down with us and work through the exercise, and we can run numbers for you and for today and long term, and kind of show you the pros and cons of those different contracts, and really your picture and your financial picture and your plans for your future make the greatest impact on that. Obviously, everybody's different, and that's why we offer so many options. A lot of times people get their financial planners involved in the discussion, and we do encourage that highly as well. Love to have them involved in the conversation, include them in the appointments if you are at that level with them, and have their input on what's the best fit.
I'm gonna